Today, I'm giving my kitchen a good old-fashioned deep clean. I really can't do this often enough. I am a busy mama to 4 kids, and I get overwhelmed by my house pretty quickly.
I'm a little bit embarrassed to even show you some of these parts of my house.
In this video, I want to let go of some of that perfectionism and just show you a real family living in a real house. I believe home is holy ground, and the work we do here is meaningful and even sanctifying. So let's pull up our sleeves and get to work.
Welcome to my house. Today is going to be a deep cleaning day. This is long overdue. If you guys saw my last video, I did a lot of freezer meal prep cooking. I got the kitchen really nice and grimy and greasy and dirty. And I am able to clean it on a daily basis on a surface level, but today we're going deep. And I'm a little bit embarrassed to even show you some of these parts of my house. This is real life. I have 4 kids and they are alive and breathing, which is a blessing. Our house shows evidence of life. So, let's get to it.
Well, welcome to cleaning day at my house. We have a lot to do today because Easter is just a couple days away. I am hosting my family and my kitchen. My house is just in need of a deep clean.
See, someone was helping themselves to the pickles. I'm gonna take you on a little tour and just show you things that are normal in my house. I have socks everywhere, coats on the floor, more socks. You want one?
Yeah.
Okay, go open it. Feathers, because I'm currently dealing with this. We'll talk about that in a second. More socks. I love this couch. I got it off of Facebook Marketplace. It seems like a super high quality couch with really awesome linen material. I love the look of it, but the linen picks up all the dirt. And so I took all the covers off and I'm washing them right now. The pillows are just shedding feathers everywhere. So as these sit here, and my kids obviously want to play in them and I keep telling them not to, the feathers just explode everywhere. So do yourself a favor if you're in the market for a couch, avoid feathers. All right, so these have been cleaned already. I washed these last night. But let me show you the ones that are soaking right now. Okay, now here is the grimy, dirty water from soaking these covers. I cannot believe that. I added some Branch Basics Oxygen Boost and a little bit of this into the water. That really helps to just lift all the dirt.
Those have been soaking overnight in my washer. I love my Speed Queen washer, by the way. Now half of the covers are already cleaned and dried, so I'm just putting those on. This is a long, tedious process. And so I don't do it often enough, but when I'm ready to do a deep clean, this is kind of the task I have in mind, as well as scrubbing my kitchen. Now my kids all have tasks to do. I'm not expecting perfection from them, but I am asking for everyone to chip in and help in the ways that they can. I have my little plants that I'm hardening outside. I grew these from seed, and it's almost time to plant them in the garden.
So, this is your basket. You're gonna go around and grab all the clothes, socks, coats, all the clothing that you see on the floor around the house and stick it in here. And then you're gonna bring this up to my room, okay?
Actually, I like this job.
Good, it's an easy job. It's a fun one. Make sure you get all the socks. They're everywhere.
I find that it's really important to give my kids very specific and clear jobs. If I tell them just to clean a room, they'll get overwhelmed. So I usually tell them, okay, go around the house and collect the trash, or go around and collect all the clothes in this basket. So now I'm setting up to give my range a good deep clean. I laid some towels out on the counter so that the counters don't get scratched, and I'm moving all of the grates to the sink. I'm gonna spray those down and let them soak, and then I'll spray the stovetop and just wipe that down. And after I get all of the crumbs and all of the grime, I'll spray it again and wipe it down with a clean cloth. And that does a pretty good job at getting everything. This little corner here gets pretty dirty over time, so I'm just making sure I get all the little crevices. This is a job that only happens when I'm deep cleaning. I'm wiping down the pot hanging rail as well as the range hood cover and then the actual grates of the range hood itself. They really start to build up with some greasy residue over time, so I'm making sure I get it all really well. I'm using Branch Basics for everything. It works extremely well. I've used a couple different things before. This is my favorite. It really breaks down the grease and just everything, all of the dirt, and it's a very subtle smell. I just really like it. I also really like using microfiber cloths for cleaning. I use a wet one when I'm wiping down the surfaces, and then I go over it again with a dry cloth to get rid of fingerprints and any residual, marks on the surfaces. You can really see in the light how grimy and dirty my cabinets have gotten over time, so when I get the chance to really wipe everything down, it feels like a brand new kitchen again. This obviously doesn't happen every time I clean, but it makes a big difference when I do it. I also try to get the baseboards really well and the floor next to the cabinets for a really thorough clean. By now these grates have soaked for a long time, so all I need to do is give them a gentle scrub and then rinse them off, and they're pretty much good as new. I'm just gonna set those on the counter and let them dry on the towels there while I finish up with some other things.
Okay, so now that I got the stove clean, all this stuff that I sort of removed from that area, I'm gonna wipe down and scrub.
These grates really build up with a lot of grease. If I don't scrub them down with dish soap, helps to use a bristle brush when you're doing this. And then I also am removing some of the sticker that's still left from when we installed it. So cleaning out my smoothie cabinet. I love this little cabinet. I'm so glad I added it to the design of my kitchen. I keep all of my protein powder and smoothie things right there, and my blender is plugged in there, so it's so perfect. I use my blender every single day, and I just didn't want everything to be sitting out on the counters, so it's so nice to be able to just shut it and have this beautiful view of the cabinet instead. Also just wiping down the inside of this spice cabinet that got a little dirty, and I've been meaning to do that for a while. Now, I know I have a beautiful kitchen. This is a dream kitchen for me. It's a dream come true. You can go back and watch my kitchen renovation series if you'd like, but I wanted to talk about the fact that we sometimes have unrealistic expectations for people's homes, especially people online. Nobody's homes are perfect, and if they are, they've spent a lot of money and a lot of time getting there, and I can only make over one room at a time. Most of the furniture in our house is thrifted or inherited. It's either falling apart or mismatched, or I got it off of Facebook Marketplace. Pretty much almost everything we own is like that, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I would rather build a home slowly with heartfelt pieces that I have taken the time to search out and select, and decide what it is that I want in my home instead of just filling the home up and then not really loving it or going into a lot of debt to get your house exactly how you want. I'd rather take it slow and choose wisely. I think that you would be amazed at how long you can live without something that you think you need. I can think of so many things that I have needed to purchase for the longest time, but I just keep putting it off because either I don't find the item I want, or it's too expensive, or it's too hard to get it to our house. Like, for example, I really need a new dresser, as well as my son, he needs a new dresser. But the right dresser just hasn't made its way into our life yet. I am now going to mop my floors with this old-fashioned mop and bucket, and I have to say how much I love this mop system. I was influenced and I went out and bought the, what is it called? The Tyneco mop. And it's like $400. I thought it was going to be amazing. I mean, it's okay, but it's a lot of hassle. You have to clean it afterwards, and it doesn't do a good job. Like this mop right here, it does a wonderful job at cleaning the floor. I go around, I mop the floor, I use a little scraper to get the gunk off the floor, and while I'm at it, I am spraying down all the cabinets and the baseboards. These things make such a huge difference. I love microfiber for this. It's like the best tool for cleaning your house. I think moms get overwhelmed a lot this day and age. There's just so much information out there, so many products, so many things to buy, so many resources. And I think oftentimes the old-fashioned simple way is usually the best. And if we can minimize the amount of decisions we have to make in our day, I think that's even better.
Gonna eat a little bit of lunch, and then I have to take my kids to McDonald's because I promised them that if they helped me this morning that I would take them out for a treat, and we rarely ever go to fast food, so this is kind of a big deal for them. Mickey D's.
No, we don't call it that. What do we call it? It's McDibble.
McDibble, is that the newest?
I don't know which one's which. You gotta double check. I gotta get moving. And then
We all got some lunch, and now I'm off to round 2 of finishing putting together this couch.
The feathers are so bad that I'm actually going to use the shop vac to clean them up so I don't clog up my vacuum.
I love the one picture I have on my living room wall. I got it from Facebook Marketplace, and I have plans to one day have a gallery wall to add some trim, some board and batten, something like that. But we will have to wait until I have a little renovation budget to make over this room. I would love to repaint that blue wall. It's just not particularly my style. It came with the house. I also want to mount the TV and just add some cozy touches to this room.
All right, so we're getting to the end here. Now it's time for those finishing touches, which is the best part of cleaning. So I'm gonna take all my dirty towels from today and go stick them in the washer. So now I want to address my countertops. I have Shadowstone marble. It's a type of marble. It's actually a dolomite, but it acts a lot like a marble, and so it etches. So anytime like lemon juice or anything touches it and you don't wipe it up immediately, it's gonna leave an etch mark. Because I have a honed finish, it's already like uneven and kind of just has its own texture to it, so it's not super noticeable, but I want to see if these things I got can correct the etch marks. So I got a couple things off Amazon. I'll show you what I got, and I'm gonna test it out and see if it works. All right, we've got this etch remover. We have denatured alcohol to get all of the grime off of the counters before I seal it with this sealer. This was recommended by my fabricator, and this is what they used when they installed. And so my plan is to first to do this, then to clean the counters, then to seal it. Got some spray bottles and some microfiber. All this stuff I've linked below, and let's see if it works.
So this is the etch mark that bothers me the most. I was making sourdough bagels and I shaped them and set them on the counter to rise for a few hours, not realizing that the acidity of the sourdough could etch the marble. And so I'm trying out it's like a paste, this etch remover. I'm trying that out now. You're supposed to just gently rub it for like a minute. And if you rub it for too long, it will actually polish the stone. So I just did it a little bit and now I'm spraying it down with water and wiping it off to see how it looks.
I cannot believe that worked. I barely did anything and it was just vanished before my eyes. So if you guys have marble countertops, definitely get yourself some etch remover. Now I'm gonna spray it with vinegar to get all the stuff off and then I'm gonna seal it. Sealer. This is not what I ordered. So I can't seal my counters today because this is the wrong sealer.
So I ordered the correct sealer on Amazon and they sent me the one for quartz. It is the right sealer, the one that I'm linking below, and it works really well. So as soon as that comes, I will seal my counters, which you want to do about every 6 months to a year if you have natural stone counters, especially marble.
All right, now that I have my coffee, I feel like I can get the rest of this done. I don't mind working hard, but having a cup of coffee sure makes it a lot more fun and enjoyable. We've got some good natural light hitting the counter here so I can see the etch marks, which is very helpful. Let me get some gloves.
I'm using some Barkeeper's Friend and my favorite scrubbing pad to give the sink a good clean. I'm going to link this scrubbing pad also because it's my favorite, and I love that when it starts to get kind of dirty, you can put it in the dishwasher and freshen it up. I'm also going to seal my cutting board with some board wax. This cutting board I've been asked about a lot. It's really beautiful and I've been very happy with the quality of it. It's from a little shop called Maris Home, and they make some handcrafted cutting boards as well as some beautiful artwork for your home. So now that I finished deep cleaning my home, we'll go on a little clean house tour, shall we? I think homemaking is deeply satisfying work. You get instant reward after you finish the task, especially when you're deep cleaning. It just feels so good to finish the job and then to enjoy the fruits of your labor. With 4 kids running around, my home is usually not this clean, and I'm okay with that. I usually see a space where people are living and memories are being made.
Last one. H.
What is oh yeah.
I see thrifted pieces of furniture, art that I had inherited from my grandmother, old furniture, things we got when we first got married, Facebook Marketplace finds, and all sorts of custom little touches that only our family would know about.
Nice, Joseph. Way better.
I would love to do a room makeover for both my boys, but right now I see an adorable thrifted bed that I painted blue and a table that I built myself when I first started getting into woodworking when my kids were little.
Ready? You can go under the covers.
While I do enjoy and aspire to create beautiful spaces in my home, I think imperfections are endearing, and I think we should be careful to cultivate contentment and joy in what we do have in our home and not allow social media to taint reality and to make us think that we need to have a perfectly designed home. In our room, I love that we sleep on this bed that I built myself back when I couldn't afford the gorgeous Pottery Barn bed that I wanted, so I used some creativity and got to work. Creativity, love, memories, these are the things that make a home special. Bye!
Bye.